Joanna, why was it important for you to lend your celebrity to Sujan's restaurant and his cause?
I just thought it was such a thrilling idea that a small restaurant in South London, which was popular, but was very small, Sujan, running the restaurant, had this extraordinary compassion spilling out of him that there would be people who wouldn't be able to get hot food, and there would be people who wouldn't be able to afford a meal at all. And so he began sending out these free meals for carers, hospital staff, ancillary staff, army people, anybody driving vehicles wouldn't have time, and also to homeless charities. And it spread and it spread and it snowballed. And I think I heard about it, he wrote to me, when they were 35,000 meals and they were aiming for 100,000. I thought, well, that's crazy, but it's always worth aiming for the moon. And my gosh, he's done it, and today he's cracked it. And the last bringing it up to 100,000 meals were given out today. But he's going to go on, he's going to plough on through this. He says he was inspired by Captain Tom, and I think a lot of people are going to be inspired by Sujan.
And throughout your career, you've lended your voice to different causes and supported different charities. How important do you think it is for celebrities to realise that you're also part of the community and try help out where you can?
I've been lucky because I came to fame in my 30s rather than very young, so I knew how ephemeral it is and that it's only useful for one thing, which is to draw attention to things that need looking at or changing or fixing. And so whenever I can, I do exactly that. But also I've remained living in London in a house with an ordinary door. We open the door, we go to the shops, I queue in the post office, you know what I mean? I've luckily managed to live a completely normal life, so I've always felt part of the community. And I think I think people feel encouraged to know. They might also be rather disappointed. I should just tell you this, it's of no interest, but I had a Ferrari once. And I said I was going to change the Ferrari and get a smart car. And the local youths were so depressed with me, I can't tell you. They came and said, please, can you keep your Ferrari? And I went, no, I'm going a smart car. So they gave up on me after that. So this is part of being in the community.
And you've been here today, you've spoken to the people that Sujan's been helping,
Yeah.
and how has that made you feel?
It's so thrilling to see kind of the end of the story, because I know the beginning of the story and the middle bit, but to see the people who are actually benefiting from it, the people whose lives have been made easier, people terribly moved by it, and hearing from particularly the homeless charity, some of them, it's the only hot meal they've had that week. These things give you pause for thought about everything, not just now in the pandemic, not just Panas and Sujan and his generosity, but life in general and what life is for. And I believe life is for serving and helping other people, looking after other people, and that way comes happiness to everybody.
And of course, hopefully we're reaching the end of the pandemic and the end of the lockdown. In terms of a lesson that you've learned yourself, what do you think you'd like to see change in the future in terms of a lesson for society?
To rely on each other, to reach out. These are rather cool words, reaching out. What I mean is to connect to people, knock on doors. Are you all right? Can I do anything? Help the people around you. You might be in a faraway farming community. Help the people around you. Actually, the countryside's very good at knowing who people are and how they might be cut off by floods or snow or something happening. But in cities, we tend to keep our doors and our windows shut. Open those doors and windows. Make sure you know about things. Let us be the eyes and ears of our communities and find out what has to be done and do it. He's a good man to talk to, isn't he?